No potential offseason storyline offers the same kind of intrigue as a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade request, and fans everywhere are dying to see it. When it comes to Antetokounmpo, he has been one of the best players in basketball for, honestly, at this point, as long as you can remember, right? The Greek Freak has been pretty close to the top of the NBA for quite some time, and has even been in positions where he has been considered the best player in the league. And for Milwaukee, their success just hasn't matched the quality of player that Antetokounmpo has been, right? They had the championship season in 2021, but what has really happened with Milwaukee and the Bucks since? Well, the answer is nothing good, right? You had the 2021 championship. Following that, it was a 2022 second round exit for the Bucks, and then it got worse. 3 straight first round exits, including a 4-1 loss to the Indiana Pacers, their Central Division rivals in this year's postseason. And hey, I mean, if Giannis is beefing with Tyrese Halliburton's dad is any indication, there might be some frustration there. Now, obviously, that's kind of neither here or there, but I think what is here or there is Giannis's response to being asked about his time in Milwaukee and, his future in Milwaukee. Take a listen to this.
Giannis, you've always kind of stated about wanting to win and win championships and win a second championship and how important it is to you. Do you think that you can still win that second championship here in Milwaukee after a third straight first round exit?
Look, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I know how this is going to go. Whatever I say, I know how it's going to translate. I don't know, man. I wish I was still playing. I wish I was still competing and going back to Milwaukee. I don't know.
Giannis has stated in the past that the most important thing to him is being a winner.
I'm a Milwaukee Buck, but most importantly, I'm a winner. I want to win. And I have to do whatever it takes for me to win. And if there's a better situation for me to win the Larry O'Brien, I have to take that better situation.
Sitting here in 2025 and why this trade speculation is really ramping up, you listen to the kind of statements from a guy like that and you look at the situation in Milwaukee. Are you telling me that a Doc Rivers-led team with Damian Lillard out for the foreseeable future, is that the best situation to win? No, absolutely not. And again, there's no official trade request yet. There's been no indication of the such, but a lot of people think this is really the final straw for his time in Milwaukee, and it's understandable why. The guy is 30 years old, in the middle of his prime, and his team is suffering first round exit after first round exit. If you're a player of Giannis's caliber, which is like a top 3 player in the world, you would be fair to be frustrated with what you're dealing with in Milwaukee by now. So then what comes next, right? NBA insider Howard Beck suggested that from the sources he talked to, which admittedly, not a big source, or at least not a lot of sources by the sound of it, but he said that the source that he discussed this conversation with, there were rumblings that Giannis Antetokounmpo has already narrowed his potential destinations to a lot of big markets. One of the Los Angeles teams, one of the New York teams, maybe even Miami, maybe Chicago. When it comes to teams like that, right? Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's great situations to win there, and they would all be excellent potential suitors. In particular, I think the Lakers or maybe even the Knicks offer a really nice opportunity for Antetokounmpo to win. Personally speaking, Lakers would be a fun destination to watch for him, Luka Doncic, but that aside, those teams are not really the squads that are in position to throw, an elite trade offer at the Bucks. I think the Lakers could maybe get something together that is somewhat worth Milwaukee's time, with more of a player-centered package and pick swaps and a future first-round pick. You could maybe get something going there. Same with the Knicks, depending on the players that are being offered, there could be some intrigue in the kind of deal that you can get there. But when it comes to just this pack overall, like the Clippers are not really going to throw anything interesting at you. The Nets is probably, Brooklyn is not a situation that you probably want to go to considering where they are right now. And, yeah, they have a lot of cap space, but this offseason doesn't really have a lot of potential to build a team from scratch in free agency. So, and Chicago's a train wreck. No shot. With all due respect to the Bulls fans out there, no shot. So, what's an alternative to, I guess, the names heard there? What about Oklahoma City, right? This is a team that has been sitting on a ridiculous amount of assets for a very long time. Is this when you finally cash them in? Because you got the young players and you got the draft capital that you can outbid anybody in the NBA, like with comfort too. Is this time? Is it time? If you fail in particular in this year's postseason and you don't achieve your championship dreams, is it time to finally cash those chips in? A similar question can be posed for a team like the Houston Rockets, right? Like the Houston Rockets are at a slightly different spot in their rebuild, although I would like that successful rebuild, I would say they were just the 2 seed, right? They are in desperate need of a superstar to really center everything around. Again, similar to Oklahoma City, they have the young talent to throw. They have the draft capitals to throw. Giannis is going to be the prettiest girl at the dance, right? If you're Houston and you have that capital, why not, right? This is an excellent opportunity to, take that team that just finished as a 2 seed and firmly establish them as a genuine championship contender next season. I don't know where Giannis ultimately ends up. I don't even know if Giannis ultimately ends up putting in a trade request this offseason. At this point, nobody really does. But I will say this would be the most exciting storyline to follow this offseason. Players as great and as elite as Giannis are not on trade markets too often. So if he's going to hit the trade market this season, that is going to make for some fun storylines, rumors, and all that good stuff. It's been JJ Buckets, folks. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed what you watched, obviously hit that like button, hit subscribe as well if you're new here. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, everybody. And I am signing off, and I will see everybody next time.